There are 3 people to blame for Lana Lang marrying Lex Luthor. 2 of them are obvious. The third one is Clark Kent himself. And by the time you finish this video, you'll understand exactly how the most heartbreaking wedding in Smallville history was inevitable from the start. To understand the wedding, you have to understand where Lana was emotionally when Lex entered the picture. For 5 seasons, Clark Kent lied to Lana Lang constantly about everything. He'd disappear mid-conversation, make excuses, gaslight her when she got too close to the truth. And Lana knew something was wrong, she just couldn't prove it. By season 5, their relationship was already fractured. Lana told Clark point blank that she couldn't be with someone who kept secrets. She craved honesty, transparency. And Clark, terrified of what would happen if anyone knew, kept choosing the lie. Lex Luthor didn't just stumble into Lana's life, he orchestrated it. Season 5 and 6, Lex was at his most calculating. He knew Lana felt isolated, he knew Clark was hiding something, and he positioned himself as the opposite: open, vulnerable, available. He confided in her, shared his past, made her feel seen in a way Clark never could. But here's the layer most fans miss. This wasn't just about Lana, this was about Clark. Lex was obsessed with Clark's secret. He knew Clark and Lana were connected, and getting close to Lana served 2 purposes. It gave him leverage over Clark, and it gave him access to information Clark might have shared with her. It was manipulation dressed up as romance, and Lana, starved for honesty, didn't stand a chance. Season 6, Lex told Lana she was pregnant. It was a lie, a complete fabrication designed to lock her in. Lana had been pulling away. She was starting to see cracks in Lex's facade. So Lex, with the help of a corrupt doctor, faked medical records to convince her she was carrying his child. For someone like Lana, who grew up without parents, the idea of creating a family was everything. She wouldn't walk away from that. Lex knew it, and the wedding was rushed through immediately. At this point, Lana wasn't choosing Lex. She was choosing what she thought was the only path forward: a child, a family, stability, everything Clark couldn't give her. This is where it goes from tragic to genuinely horrifying. On the morning of the wedding, Lana finally discovered Clark's secret. She saw him use his powers. The thing she'd been begging to know for 6 years was suddenly right in front of her. And she almost called off the wedding. But Lionel Luthor, Lex's father, had also figured out what Lana knew, and he made her an offer she couldn't refuse: marry Lex, or Lionel would kill Clark. He didn't ask, he didn't threaten vaguely, he told her directly that Clark would die if she backed out. So Lana walked down that aisle not because she loved Lex, not because she didn't love Clark, but because marrying the wrong man was the only way to keep the right man alive. Lana discovered the pregnancy was fake. She confronted Lex, and in one of the show's most brutal scenes, Lex physically struck her when she told him it was over. The mask was off. The charming billionaire was gone. What was left was the Lex Luthor, who would one day become Superman's greatest villain. Lana escaped, but the damage was done. Clark had watched her marry his worst enemy. She'd been manipulated, blackmailed, and abused. And when it was over, the innocent girl who ran the Talon was gone forever. Lex Luthor, obviously for the lies, the fake pregnancy, the manipulation, Lionel Luthor for the death threat that sealed the deal, and Clark Kent because if he'd trusted Lana with his secret years earlier, none of it would have been possible. Lex couldn't have exploited a gap that didn't exist. Lionel couldn't have used the secret as leverage, and Lana wouldn't have been vulnerable to anyone offering honesty, because Clark would have already given it. That's the real tragedy of Lana and Lex. It wasn't a love story, it was a cautionary tale about what happens when you hide the truth from the people you love and leave them open to the people who won't. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. See you in the next video.